Welcome back to Solo Marvel Champion, where I've got another Marvel Champions gameplay video for you today. If you like what you saw, please check out the description for other YouTube creators making content for Marvel Champions. Now let's take a quick look at the deck before I go down to the table and do villain setup. Alright, for my first game against Expert M.O.D.O.K, I went with Bishop. I call this deck Bishop Lucky 13 because he has 13 resource cards. I had messed around and added a 13th event too, so that he had two, instances of 13, but I thought that was silly. I ended up adding the Triskelion, and I mean, the Triskelion is fine. In Bishop, I want to get my uniform out, but until I do, I've got allies to chump block for me, and my allies are going to deal with a lot of the threat too. So in this deck, I've got Hawkeye. In case an Adaptoid comes out, he can at least soften him up a bit. Ironheart, just come in and draw a card. Malcolm, Maria Hill is obviously Maria Hill. Marrow is fun. Deal 2 damage when Marrow comes in, and then and then she can attack for 2. Mockingbird, the stun isn't as powerful here because M.O.D.O.K has steady on B side. Nick Fury is Nick Fury. He's probably going to draw me cards, but he might just deal damage. Triage, heal an X-Men character too, and I'm the only X-Men character, so I will be using that on me. And then Triage can, take out a thwart or deal 1 damage and then block. Vivian, if I get some non-elite minions, I think one of the Adaptoid upgrades in M.O.D.O.K gives them the elite trait. So that would suck if I got that. But also, there are some other minions, and I don't think they're elite. They're from the Scientist Supreme set. I don't think they are elite. So Vivian could still blank them. Assess the situation just to give me +1 hand size so that potentially I can draw another resource card. The make the calls are, make the call. Make the call for Hawkeye. Make the call for Maria, Nick, whatever. Also, I could just make the call for one of my temporal allies. For resources, energy, genius, strength. I also added 3 copies of Everyday Hero. These came in the Nova pack. They're just resources. You don't have to be a civilian to trade it, to play it. You just get added benefit if you are a civilian when you play it. He is not civilian on either side, so that doesn't matter. What matters is, number 1, it's a resource card, which he cares about. Number 2, it's a wild. That is going to help me knock those lock counters off of the holding cells. Power in all of us, power in leadership. Power in all of us is, kind of a given. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Really, that's not enough, but it is a resource card. That's why it's in here. Power of leadership has even fewer options. 1, 2. There are only 2 cards that power of leadership are needed for, but again, it is a wild and it's a resource card. One other thing, though, with Make the Call, because Make the Call is leadership, it doesn't matter if I make the call for one of my basic allies, one of my leadership allies, or Malcolm or Randall. I can use Power of Leadership to count as 2 because I am paying for the ability on Make the Call. So even though there aren't a lot of cards that Power of Leadership are useful for, it will still count as 2 if I'm using it with Make the Call. So that's the deck. Triskelion here, just in case I get multiple allies out. I'm already going to have allies from M.O.D.O.K. When you open up those holding cells, they become an ally that don't take up a spot. Rifle is really important. Not as important as the uniform. I think the uniform is the most important card to get out. But rifle is nice too. Mainly, it's ranged. So it does not, or I won't take the Retaliate 2 when I shoot my rifle at M.O.D.O.K. Supercharged is super fun. Like if I can rifle him for 4 and then attack for a total of 10, 2 plus the +8 I get from this, I can knock him out and not take any retaliate, just do it all at one time. For the most part, though, I'm totally fine just pinging him down, getting him down to, 1 or 2 hit points, and then finishing him off after I've gotten all of the holding cells open. So that's the deck, Bishop Lucky 13. Let's go down to the table and see how it performs. All right, Expert M.O.D.O.K. Let's give this a shuffle. I won't shuffle that yet. Let's just follow the setup. We're going to create the holding cell deck, and I'm shuffling that, trying not to look at them, because, the one I want to see on top is the Psionic, and if I do, what is that? Ooh, that is Psionic. If I get Psionic first, that makes getting the others a lot easier. We're going to put 1 random adaptoid environment into play, or 2 if we are in Expert, which we are in. So I get Psionic. They gain Villainous and Psionic. And they get Elite, +1 attack, and Ranged and Overkill. Now, we go get an adaptoid and put them into play. Reveal them. Now, I'd love to be able to defeat that on turn 1, and there are loads of ways I can do that. Put 1 on the main. If I defeat him, I get a counter off of there, and then if I also can remove it with Mental, I will do that too. Like, I'd like to see Marrow in my opening hand. That would be really good. Okay. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to keep that. Command Authority removes threat. But that's also Mental. I'm going to mulligan these. Supercharged is fun. Maria is nice to see. Another energy or another resource. That actually, I think, really helps a lot, because this can knock the adaptoid out and ready me. This can play Maria. Yeah, I think that's a good hand. Let's flip up. And even though it's mostly wasted, no, I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm going to attack M.O.D.O.K for 2. I do take 2 retaliate. Then I'm going to do that for Maria, who draws me a card. Let's do 1, 2, 3 for Concussive Blast. It's going to deal 6 to him. If I paid with a resource card, I get to ready. I can, that removes a threat there, or a counter there, and then I'm going to do Mental to remove a counter there. He comes in, this has 2, he's going to thwart 1 here, and after he thwarts, we remove a counter. I am going to attack again. Take 2 more retaliate. It's totally fine. Let's ready and draw. Okay, I am going to have Maria chump block here. 1 goes on because I don't want to have to discard my uniform. So she defends. It's 1 and only 1. Doesn't even kill her. That's nice. And I get 1 encounter card. Take X indirect, where X is his scheme. Confuse each character. I'll take it myself and be confused. That's fine. Then he is going to thwart 1, and that clears the cell. This is the strong Inhuman. He has a tough. This again will have 2, and that needs energy. Let's do energy to remove a counter. And he is going to attack for 3. The retaliate knocks his tough off, and then he takes a consequential damage. Let's do 2 for Ironheart, who draws me a card. That's pretty interesting. And that'll be good. Oh, I'm going to exhaust to clear that confuse. Man, I'd love to see my uniform. 1 goes on, he is attacking, and she defends. It's 1, 2, 3. She's now gone. I get 1 encounter card, which is an advance, and he's going to advance for a lot. It's 3, 4, 5. That goes up to 6 of 7. Okay, that is a little bit worrisome. I will thwart for 2. He will thwart for 1. Yeah. No. He will thwart for 1. That removes this counter. He thwarts for 2. And I will do... Oh, I've only got 1 wild. I'm going to do a wild to remove 1 counter there. And we will do 2, 3, 4 concussive blast. It'll deal 6. And if I paid with a resource card, I get to ready. I could knock him out, but I need to get 1 more of those out of there. She's going to thwart that off, and then she'll block for me. Well, that'll at least play Nick, and then I have a wild to get her, and then I can knock him out. 1 goes on the main, he attacks, and Ironheart blocks. 1, 2, 3, she is defeated. I get 1 encounter card. It's an Adaptoid. Adaptoids do not get anything special right now. Let's just... It's interesting because knocking him out is beneficial for my campaign, or my environment. Knocking him out is beneficial for my tournament. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 for Nick and have him deal 4 damage here. Then he attacks and knocks him out. When he's defeated, we remove a counter. We now have all of the lock counters. Let's have... it doesn't matter who does the thwarting at this point. Let's have Strong Guy thwart that off. Main is clear. I attack for 2, and because I am defeating him, I don't take the retaliate damage. That was a really fast game. I didn't expect it to be that quick, but it was a good one. All you got to do is get all the Inhumans and then reduce him to 0, and you win. Forced interrupt when M.O.D.O.K would be defeated. If a holding cell is in play, you remove 2 lock counters and reset him to 14. Otherwise, the players win the game. So that was really easy. I mean, Bishop is really good, but I mean, the main thing is having the resources to remove the lock counters. So it was just an easy game. Let me know what I missed. Thank you so much for watching. Also, before I end, want to say, I get 10 points for the win, -0 because there's no threat on the main, -0 because there are no minions or side schemes. Now, I hope you have a marvelous day.